Hey, listen to me. I want to tell you something. I'm going to tell you about this water fast I did and how it was through the experience. Some of you may have done a water fast before, but I had never done one before. Now, I am familiar with intermittent fasting, and I've done that for some time actually. But water fasting is taking it to a whole new level. So allow me to explain the water fast. It's very easy to understand. You don't eat food, you just drink water. Do you understand? Okay, good. Also, my microphone, just a little side note, my microphone is malfunctioning and it's only letting me do this binaural mode. And I don't like it. It's really making me upset because some of the other modes I just like better sometimes. But anyways, let's get to this water fast. This video probably won't be that long, but it's very interesting and it's something I actually do recommend that you do. Now, of course, there are guidelines and stuff like that. You shouldn't do it if you're under 18. You also shouldn't do it if you're pregnant. You also shouldn't do it if you're on a bunch of medicines. You also shouldn't do it if you're underweight already. Okay? I think there's some other guidelines too, but it's this video I watched about it, man. This thing was like 40 some minutes long, but it was great. And I'm gonna try to get the link for you in the description so you can get a little bit more information and watch the very same video I watched before I did it. You know, anything that I do, I try to do some research and make sure I'm prepared. And you know what I mean. You gotta see what the risks are to what you're doing and stuff like that. So I did that, and let's get to the good stuff. I already know what you want to know. How much did you lose? Well, I did a 3-day absolute water fast, and during these 3 days, I lost 11.5 pounds. Yeah, 11.5. Now, your next question is, what happened after you started eating again? Because some of that weight was water weight, of course. You know, that's always going to happen. But when I started eating again, I only gained back 3 pounds. So I still lost a good amount of weight for 3 days. 11.5 in 3 days. I was tempted to continue, you know. Now, for a little bit more detail, when I was doing it, like when I was looking at other people's experiences, I was looking at different YouTube videos on people's experiences with the water fast, and a lot of people were like complaining of headaches, hunger pains, feeling like they tripping on LSD, all this kind of stuff like that. But I didn't experience any of those things. But I will say, I think the reason that I didn't experience those things is because I was already on a 20-hour intermittent fast. I think it was fasted 20 hours. Why is it not focusing? Get focused. Okay. I think they call it the warrior diet. But to me, intermittent fasting it's not even a diet. That's like a lifestyle. And the important thing about diets is finding the one that you can stick with. You know what I mean? If you can stick with it, you can make it a part of your lifestyle. That way you're not seesawing and going back and forth all the time with your weight fluctuating, and then you do good for a while, and then you torturing yourself, not eating what you're craving and stuff like that, and then you go back and you end up binging and stuff like that, you know. But intermittent fasting, I just adjusted my body to it, and I was up to the point where I was doing a 20-hour fast with a 4-hour eating window, and all the calories I was gonna eat for the day, I would just eat it within that 4 hours, fast for 20 hours, and give my body a chance to start actually using that energy, that food that I ingested for energy and stuff like that, and it gives it a chance to go into my fat stores The other thing is I would already be in a caloric deficit, so the calories I were eating, it wasn't like a 2,000 or 2,500 calories that I was eating. I was only eating like 1,500 calories, maybe less sometimes. So when I started looking into the water fast, it was, I'm like, well, if intermittent fasting, it only made logical sense to me. If intermittent fasting is already taking you into a caloric deficit, which most diets do, they make you count calories and you don't go over a certain amount so that your body can start burning your excess fat as energy, as it should. The water fast basically takes you into a 100% caloric deficit, and it puts you into that state of fat burning much, much faster, and all the energy that you're gonna be using is gonna come from your fat stores. And people, I think it's a lot of conflict out there as far as people saying, no, if you do that, your body's gonna go into starvation mode. It's gonna start eating your muscles for protein and all this stuff like that, man. Look, I'm living proof. 3-day water fast, I lost 11.5 pounds, gained 3 back in water weight, and the rest is still gone. And I felt fine. Now, I feel like that 20-hour fast, intermittent fasting I was doing, I do feel like that kind of prepped me, and I was already used to not eating for long periods of time. So the absolute fast, the water fast, was kind of like the next step for me anyway. Now, please do your research and make sure you are prepared to do this water fast. I don't want nobody saying, Low Growl ASMR told me to go do this fast and I almost died. I want you to live. Now, I did it. I started on a Monday, went through Wednesday, and then on Thursday, I did my normal intermittent fasting all the way till about 5 o'clock. And then I broke my fast with a salad. You want to get back to eating light, you know what I mean? You don't want to just jump back in with heavy stuff, greasy foods and stuff like that. Each day, I did train. I'm on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type of training schedule now, but I trained on Monday. I did chest, biceps, and forearms. And then on Tuesday, I walked 3 miles. Then on Wednesday, I did back, shoulders, and triceps. Thursday, I walked 2 miles. And then I broke my fast later that evening. I felt completely fine. I never felt drained. I never felt lightheaded. I never felt hungry. Like I was even watching videos of people eating food. I watch the Hodge twins a lot of times, on and off. But I watch the Hodge twins and whatnot, and on their Twin Muscle channel, they did a lot of eating. They still do a lot of eating. So I'll just be watching them, and I was like, man, that look good. And I just was making me a little checklist of, when I'm done, I'm gonna give myself these meals. Like at the end of every week, that'll be my little cheat meal. It'll probably be my only meal, but this will be what I'm gonna treat myself to at the end of the week. So I'm gonna go over to Rick's Philly cheesesteaks on Sunday. I'm gonna go over to Hardee's, give me some chicken tenders. The next time I give myself a cheat meal, I'm gonna go get myself. Dang it, there was something else they had. I want a good fish sandwich. It's kind of hard to find nowadays, but I want to give me a good fish sandwich. I make some good nachos, so I make my own nachos. But I'm gonna treat myself to these, like every week. At the end of the week, that'll be my little reward for myself. But even on intermittent fasting, you can still eat stuff that you like, and not be gaining weight. You know what I mean? It's kind of amazing when I discovered it. I discovered intermittent fasting a while ago. But anyways, back to the water fast. As far as side effects go, the most that I experienced was I felt overly energized at night when I was trying to go to sleep. That is completely opposite of what I expected. I expected that when I went to bed, I'd just be like knocked out, just yearning to fall asleep. But no, that was some of the lightest sleep I've ever had. And I even took like melatonin one night. That didn't really help me much. I took a sleep aid another night. That didn't help. And I'm like, I got an empty stomach. Why are these things not even taking effect? But I had so much energy. I was waking up early at like I mean, it's summertime now. I'm not working, so I sleep in until about 9 o'clock. If I'm actually getting good sleep, I'm sleeping in until 10 or 11. But when I was doing the 3 day fast, man, I was waking up around 8 o'clock just because I had so much energy. I was just ready to get up and go do something, ready to get up and walk. I felt so alert. I felt so focused. You know what I mean? And it's completely opposite of what you would expect. You know, and I was just like, yo, I'm absolutely gonna do this again. It's like I just felt good. I felt really good, not eating that much. Now a little bit of the, I'm gonna say a little bit of the science of it, is that we, back in times before food was so readily available like it is to us now, people didn't eat every day like we do, and they definitely didn't eat 3 times a day with snacks in between. So your body is actually built to go longer periods without eating than what we've been led to believe. Now, I ain't going to get into all the details, but just from my own experience, I would have to say this is true, because your fat burning and everything, when you start intermittent fasting on a regular basis, it's like you find that it's okay that I don't eat, but I feel like we've been conditioned to eat so much that when we don't eat, we start getting headaches, and you start feeling lightheaded, and you know what I mean, your stomach hurting and all this stuff like that. When you eat those empty calories like you get from candy and sugars and stuff like that, it makes you still feel hungry. You don't get satiated. You don't feel full, and you want to keep on eating and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, I did have a taste for different things. But I'm telling you, I was just laying in my bed. I was watching the Hodge twins eat all these different foods and stuff like that. I was like, man, that look good. And I just make it a little note in my notepad, like, I want to try that one day. But I didn't. I wasn't tempted to break my fast or anything like that, because I felt so good, and I knew I was getting results. A lot of people say, don't train while you fasted, because it's gonna eat your muscles up and take it for protein. No, it's taking the fat off my body, y'all. Fat is simply stored energy. What sense would it make for my body to skip over stored energy and be like, no, I want your muscles, and I want them now? No, my body went right to the fat stores. That's how your body's made. Stored energy. It's just like a gas tank. I was telling my son, I said, look, you got some pickup trucks that had a separate reserve gas tank. Once your primary tank gets empty, it'll switch over to your reserve tank to get fuel from there. That's all your fat is, man. It's just reserved fuel. Think about it like that. And I lost 11 and a half, y'all. I don't know what else to tell you. Do your own research. I'm not a doctor, so don't look at me like that. But yeah, I'm just giving my experience. It was great. Some of y'all might be like, show us some before and after pictures. Well, I will. Not on this video, because I ain't quite where I want to be yet. But I'm trying to do a little bit of a transformation over the summer. I'm trying to get myself right. That is one thing that happened when they shut school down and stuff like that. All I was seeing every day was my kids and my wife. And I was like, man, the gyms are closed, and I didn't really have much. I could have, you gonna make time to do whatever you really want to do. I could have been doing push-ups, calisthenics, and things like that. I could have been walking. I got an elliptical. I could have been doing all kinds of things to stay trim and whatnot. But you know what I did? I said, hey, son, give me that bag of Chips Ahoy cookies and a big old glass of cold milk. And I sat there and I watched TV, and I watched movies, and I watched House Hunters, and I ate a lot of cookies, and I ate a lot of other things that just taste so good. And I gained weight. And then I got to a point where I said, you know what, this is ridiculous. Lil Growl, you are absurd, and you need to get this under control. But I mean, when you ain't out in public that much, it's kind of like, yo, who am I trying to impress? Fitness should be for you, folks. Remember that. You getting fit for you, not for other people. Now, I ain't gonna lie, other people seeing you, that is a motivation. but that should not be the end all be all of why you work out. So I got to the point where I was just personally fed up, and I was like, you know what? Let me get back to my intermittent fasting. So I started fasting, and then I said, you know what? I really want to jumpstart my weight loss. So I'm looking to this water fasting, and I found it on one of those nights when you just on YouTube and you just scrolling through, and you just see something that catch your eye. I don't even know why it suggested this to me, but I found it, watched it, and I said, you know what? I'm going there, and I'm gonna do good. So 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, weighed myself. On Thursday morning, hadn't eaten anything. Barefoot, just in some basketball shorts and a t-shirt. 11 and a half was gone, and I could see it, and I usually don't even use scales, because to me, if I'm seeing my results, that's enough for me. A lot of people get so wrapped up in the numbers on the scale, and your whole mood will change just because you're up or down 2 pounds or something like that. But I'm like, man, as long as I'm seeing what I want to see physically, then I know I'm good, But just for the sake of having some results for the water fast, I wanted to weigh myself before and after, and man, it works. It really does work. I think I'm gonna end the video there. If you got any questions or something like that, man, please ask me in the comment section. I'll give you my 100% honest opinion about everything that happened, and if it's something you're interested in, good luck to you. I know you can do it. You can do whatever you want to do. Remember that. Lil Growl told you that. All right, that'll be all. I will talk to you again another time. Much love to all of you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you need to stop messing around. I love you all.